And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
Hey folks, Tom Vasel here, and today we're taking a look at 1001. Now, the idea of this game is it takes place in the Tales of Arabian Nights with 1001 Tales, but it's about Aladdin and his magic carpet. And in this game, players as a team are controlling Aladdin, trying to pick up jewels and go around the board, outguessing the other team. It's team versus team. The rules say it's for 2 to 8 players. You can even play with an odd number of people per team. It doesn't really matter that much. But it's only a single person is going to emerge victorious. Let's take a look. A random board is going to be put together. There's 2 different sides you can play. Well, the one board is a little easier than the other, and so you're going to put these squares in this board, and then you're going to put random jewels in the different holes that show up on the board. Aladdin on his carpet is actually kind of a cool piece here, is going to be placed at the palace. Players are going to be split into 2 teams. There is the team of darkness and the team of light, whatever, night and day teams. And once players are split into teams, each player is going to be given 4 cards that are numbered, 1 through 4. Players are going to be trying to score points as a team together, and then at the end of the game, players are going to add their individual points that they have gotten to their team's final score, and whichever player has the most points is the winner. Now, what you're going to do each round of the game, and there's 4 rounds that are kept track of on this sheet here: the light team, then the dark team, day team, night team, etc. And in each round, you're going to draw 4 cards. So these cards are going to be placed in the 4 sides of the boards so that they will touch the clouds that are there. So we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. And these are going to be the different paths that Aladdin can take. So if Aladdin chooses path 1, for example, he will go 5 spaces up and 2 spaces to the right. So he would go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 2 to the right, 1, 2, like that. And so Aladdin is, what players are doing as a team is they're trying to collect gems and or clouds. As you look at the different spaces on the board, whenever you pass over a gem when you move, you're going to get gems of that color. There's little tokens for that. When you pass over clouds, you're going to get clouds. And if because you need clouds for movement purposes, because if you ever run out of clouds, you will lose points. Whenever you run over one of these, you will lose clouds. And whenever you run over this symbol here at the side, you will have to lose a gem. Players also have a maximum of 5 gems and 10 clouds. You cannot collect more than that. If you're about to collect, you have to discard before you collect. So how do players decide which of the 4 routes to take? There are 4 different ones to take. Well, the team is going to basically... There's a timer running, of course, because we have to make the team make a decision. They're going to choose together which one they're going to do, and each person's going to play a card for the path that they have chosen. The opposing team is also going to be playing cards, trying to guess which path your opponent's going to take. The opposing team also, who's not moving Aladdin, has these Sultan cards, or the Vizier cards, or evil cards, whatever they're called, and these, they're going to pick one of these, and that's going to block it. Once everyone's picked the cards, we reveal them. And we're going to look at the cards that were played by the team that's controlling Aladdin. And whichever number they played the most of, that's where they're going to move. Unless that number matches this guy, in which case, boom, they've been blocked. Otherwise, they're going to move the number that the most people played. If everybody plays simultaneous, if the Vizier blocks, like let's say there's 4 people on the team. 3 of them play number 1, 1 plays number 2. And number 1's blocked, then they will move through number 2. So they have like a secondary route that they'll take. This guy blocks route 1. However, if all 4 pick 1 and he blocks it, they don't go anywhere. However, the benefit, if everybody picks the same number on the team moving Aladdin, you will get an extra 3 points. That's pretty exciting. But when you do that, you're taking the chance that your whole move will be blocked. Everybody on the opposing team is going to get points if they guess a card that, if your card that you pick is played by any of the team that controls Aladdin, you will get points for yourself. And the points here, 1, 2, 3, 4, depending on what round it is. So then the team will move Aladdin if they can, unless they were completely blocked. And then after they do that, they can decide if they would like to purchase points and basically building part of the palace. you're going to take it and flip the card over and get that many points. So if you as a team turn in 5 clouds, 7 clouds, or 9 clouds, you'll get 5, 8, or 11. 2, 3, 4 blue gems, 2, 3, 4 green gems, 2, 3, 4 red gems. There's no other combos. You can only buy 1 card per turn, although you are allowed to turn in extra gems or 2 clouds per point if you want to. And that's pretty much it. The next team will then go. Now, like I said, there's another side to these, which is basically just more configurations. It's harder on the other side, on the moon side. And on the moon side, you'll use a different set of cards. And instead of like going 5 or 2, you'll notice this one goes 4 up, then 2, then 1 down. This one goes 2 up and 3 over, then 2 up and 1 over. So there's just different kinds of weird configurations that you can play. And they're especially hard to figure out if you're possibly making a loop and it's going across the 360-degree board. Anyway, the single player with the most points is the winner. Okay, let's first talk about the pieces here. I like the components. The artwork is bright and colorful. You see the desert. I showed you that I like the little Aladdin piece that was flying around. It's easy. It just has a bright, poppy, catchy thing. And I really like these cloud cards. It's pretty easy to look at them and see where Aladdin's going to go. So, pretty cool. The team versus team concept is a pretty interesting one. It's kind of an odd thing to have one person win, and that is a problem. I'll talk about it in a second. But I like the idea of as a team we're trying. Okay, let's all vote for 2, and you're kind of talking amongst yourself which ones you're going to pick. The opposing team is talking amongst themselves because of which one they're going to put that one card that just shuts you down. But at the same time, they don't want to be too common because they want to basically outguess each other and who they're going to call out. So as a team, you can be like, well, let's go in 2 different directions. If we get blocked in one, we'll go in the other. That's the safe bet. But if you all pick the same thing, then you will hopefully get those 3 extra points, which in this game, 3 extra points could be a big deal. I like that aspect of the game. I like this discussion, the muted discussion. No, take this one. What do you think? So the opposing team doesn't really hear too much of what you're deciding to do. And you look at the board, and you only have 4 ways to go. So, if the opposing team just was randomly picking, they could block you 25% of the time, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is problematic. There is sometimes just luck. You could literally just pick a random one and hope that that's the one that catches your opponent. Picking what someone does out of 4 things is fine, but it's a pretty important decision in this game. And it's even more important as a getting the points at the end of the game. So, for example, you're going to be collecting points for guessing where the opponents go. So let's say you get the 2 and the 3, and I don't get the 1, 2, or 3. I guess wrong all 3 times. Well, on the last turn, it doesn't matter if I get the 4 or not, I cannot win. And that's not a good feeling, right? Now, I consider it a minor victory if your team does better. And also, there is the possibility that your team does worse, but you still win because you outguess the thing. And that's kind of cool and all. But I feel that that's problematic, that only one person on a team wins. Just simply you're outguessing. That's the only thing you're doing different. Together, you're working together on how to fly the carpet. Together, you're trying to figure out how to stop the carpet. And then you're guessing. It's that one guess that makes it different and that one person's winner. I would recommend you just get rid of that rule completely and just play that there's a winning team and there's a losing team. Here's the other thing. While the paths are kind of interesting, and I think they're even more interesting with the advanced ones, and there's even an advanced game where you can pick which one they go on, but that's just crazy. That just adds a lot of time to the game for something that doesn't add a lot of enjoyment to the game, where you pick which path the clouds are. So you're sitting there, well, let's put this one here, let's put this one here, let's put this one. Now let's pick, and you're trying to set up 4 good routes. But really, the game is move this way, pick up these, and we'll buy the most expensive car we can get. You're not going to sit there and go, maybe we shouldn't buy the 4 blue gem one. No, you're going to buy it if you can. Clouds, there's some thinking, because you might think, well, I don't want to have too few clouds because if we run out of clouds in our next move, then we will not be able to move any farther. So I can see that, but for the most part, the buying the cards was not that exciting. And in fact, that's the problem with the game. The guessing part is interesting, but for a 40-minute game, that there should be a little bit more interesting than that. Moving right along the path was kind of almost a tedious thing. Pick up, drop, pick up, drop, pick up. Okay, got it. Buy a card. Yay. Okay, we're back to the guessing part. That's interesting again. So unfortunately, I can't really recommend the game for that reason. It's an interesting game, and it's cool, and it just falls shy of being a game that's really fun. And it's not actually even a bad experience. It's just that I really feel like most people are going to play it once and go, yeah, that was cool, but I'm done now. So I don't know. 1001 may not be the best name for this, maybe just one. You had a good time, but that's it. Dice Tower Judgment, kind of a cool idea, but ultimately falls a little short.
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews, as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find other great shows at Dicetowernetwork.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games for great prices. Cool stuff in stock. Check them out at CoolStuffInc.com.
Shut the door.